Welcome back to question 4 in borrowing and lending. How do you feel when people don't return things they borrowed from you?
Well, I think if people don't return things they borrowed from me, I feel like angry first because like you lend them with no thinking and like you give them like on your heart, but then they don't pay it back and uh I think I feel like heartbroken too. Yes, like in the past, I have said to you already, like I had one of my friends um borrowed money from me, and then she didn't pay it back, and she tried to avoid me every time that I saw her. And um, but I think it's also like a precious lesson for me to know that I don't that don't lend the others money,
Yeah,
because maybe we can't know who is like sincere and who is uh like um try to borrow money and then don't pay it back. And yes, and
that's good.
I think
Yeah, that's a good place to stop. You 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 did well. I think you started to want to keep saying more because I heard you say and then you kind of were going, but that there you're just
yeah,
talking.
yeah, like I run out of ideas
Yeah,
to.
yeah. So it was a good place to stop right there where you just ended where you said, you're not sure if they're sincere or not and
Sincere.
if they're going to pay it back. And that would have been fine and you almost stopped. You almost stopped, but then you thought maybe I should say more and then you tried to think of something more to say, but you'd actually already answered the question. So just remember that the rule, it's introduction, main body,
Yeah.
conclusion, and stop. So silence at the beginning, silence at the end, and you'll do great. Let's read what the answer is that they give us. Upset, of course. I am a person of my word, which means I do what I say. The person does what they say. So I feel upset when others aren't. I have been very irritated several times when people, especially my little sister, has borrowed something from me and lost or damaged it. However, if it wasn't something very valuable, I try to remember that it isn't the end of the world, which means it's not, when we say something isn't the end of the world, it means that it's not really that important, right? It's not it's not gonna the world's not gonna fall apart because my little sister lost my sweater, right? Or lost my shirt that she borrowed, or damaged it, got it dirty and stained, or ripped it, or whatever. It's not the end of the world, right? I'm gonna go on. We have a similar expression: "Don't cry over spilled milk." Right? Don't cry over spilled milk, meaning
But
you,
yeah, what the
yeah, so you have a glass of milk and you spill it. You knock it off the table and it spills, right? Or a little kid grabs it and spills it on the floor, right? Don't cry over that because milk it's not an expensive thing, right? You you just refill the glass with milk, okay? You're not the world's not going to fall apart because you lost the milk that was in that glass. Okay. So don't cry over it. And it's meant to be an expression that says, don't, you know, it's not a big deal if something happens, right? You know, I lend somebody a shirt and they don't give it back or they lose it. It's not the end of the world, right? It's not, I'm not going to cry over that. It's shirt is replaceable. It's not, you know, no one's life is in danger because of it. It's not going to change the balance of power between the superpowers of the world because a shirt got lost, right? So, you know, it's not going to start a nuclear war. There's no, it's just a little thing, right? However, it does get her upset. And then there's a person of my word. Of my word means that when I make a promise, I keep it.
Make a promise,
Yeah,
keep it.
of my word. When I say I'm a person of my word, it means that my word is good. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it, right? If I, now, am I a person of my word? Generally speaking, yes. But as we've gone through before, I'm also a bit of an absent-minded professor and I forget things. So sometimes I might say to a student, oh, I'll send you a link to what we were learning as soon as we get out of class, right? I'll send it to you. And then I finish the class and I get up and I go do some other things. And then, you know, later that night, I remember, oh no, I told them I would send them the link, right? And it's late. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And then maybe tomorrow I forget too, because I wake up and I've got a bunch of things to do in the morning. And so there are times where I forget little things and I don't follow through on them, right? So I would not say that I am always a person of my word. I'm a person of my word that I try my best to do the things that I say, but sometimes I make mistakes and I forget, or it gets so late at night and I don't want to do it. I've you know, I've told students before I'll send them, you know, a video to one of my students about something that I'll make a video for them. And a couple times I've said it and I really meant to do it. And my night got busy and I was teaching other lessons and I forgot to do it. And then I get a message from the kid the next day, hey, what happened to the video? Or the parent writes like, you know, you forgot to send this out. And then I'll do it, right? I also tell my students that I'm pretty much always available to answer questions that my students have, right? And they can send me a message. But I tell them at the beginning, when I make that promise to them that I will answer questions, I say it comes with two caveats, two rules. Okay. One is I may not reply right away because I don't answer text messages while I'm teaching. I mean, you never see me picking up my phone, even though just a few seconds ago a message popped in on my phone. I saw it come in, right? But I don't do that. Like I'm teaching, so I'm not going to go, oh, wait a second, you know, and then be on my, right. So, and when I'm in a classroom, I never respond unless it's an emergency. Like if the principal was writing me about something that's happening in the class right now, because we're on camera, video cameras, right? And they notice something that I'm missing, right? They see something happening in the classroom and I don't see it. And I see my phone beep through and I see the message, then I might reply, right? I might get on the phone, but I'm not going to get on the phone for a student asking me a grammar question or what's the answer to this, to number 4 in this exam that I'm doing. So, or what does this word mean? I tell them I won't answer right away. In most cases, I don't answer right away, but I will get back to them. Like I won't let it go for more than, a day at the longest, right? Like I will make sure to get, and I do my best to always get back to a student within 24 hours. Okay. But I don't make a promise that I'm going to be able to get back to them in less time than that, because they shouldn't also expect me to jump and help them on something that is due in an hour, right? They're working on a project and it's due. They're supposed to email it at 5 p.m. and it's 4:30 right now, and they're asking me to read it and edit it for them, right? I won't do that. Like, and in fact, when they write me things like that, I tell them, I'm sorry, I can't. Even if I actually had the time at that time, I purposely don't do it because it's not fair for them to write to me at the last minute like that, right? So I give them that caveat. And the other thing is I tell them is that I don't always know the answer to everything, and that I may not have the answer, and that I might try to find the answer for them, but if I'm unable to, I might not be able to help them, right? It could be something that I don't understand it, or I don't understand the topic or the context of what they're asking. And if they don't give me the full context of what the meaning, like the full sentence that the word is in, I may not be able to understand what the meaning is, because maybe that word has several meanings depending on context. So I let them know in advance that I do my best to get back to them as quickly as I can. I will always get back to them within 24 hours. I won't do last minute work for them. I just won't. Like if you write me and tell me I need this now, my answer back to you is you should have written me yesterday when you started the project, not half an hour before you have to turn it in.
Yeah,
yeah,
it seems like you are so a direct person and like keep promise. I pay attention to some time that is go to that time and you have something that you can't meet me right there right now, so you send me like give me 10 minutes
yeah,
and
yeah. I always let somebody know if I'm running late, or I have a lesson beforehand that goes longer, or there were internet problems. Anyway, we're about to run out of time. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow, Khanh. Much love. Peace from Vietnam. And we'll continue this conversation afterwards. Bye.
thank you.